Hello guys, it's Callie here today and I am back with another room build. For this video, I decided to create a Tumblr-inspired girl's bedroom, and you can find it in the gallery under the name the Perfect Tumblr Bedroom. This is not a base game only build. I used some items from the Get to Work expansion pack, and I also used the moveobjects cheat, which makes the game think that the build was modded, so be sure to include modded content into your search when looking for it in the gallery. I wanted to create a room with a more traditional feel to it, as if it could be inserted into a family home with a big family. Also, I wanted to create sort of a balcony area, which you can always add, and that's why there will be a door right next to the windows right next to the bed. I also struggled a bit with the windows, but in the end I picked the ones that I think fit perfectly into a traditional girl's bedroom. Here you can see me struggle a bit with the windows. I wanted to keep it very muted as a color scheme and also very girly, so you're going to see a lot of baby pinks and baby blues. Also, as a Tumblr room, it has a lot of white furniture. This is the place I used to create a sort of vanity area, but I didn't want the chair to automatically snap into the table, so I didn't use a table or a desk. I think I used an accent table with a white accent table with some glass, and I used that glass chair because it seemed very Tumblr-y. I really love that big mirror on the wall, and I love that it came in white. I'm also putting in some clutter on the vanity, and I really like that those tissues come in all sorts of colors, made it easier to match it to the room. There are a lot of posters and wall stickers and quite a bit of paintings in this room. I wanted it to seem as if it was very lived in, and as if the girl that lives in this room went through a few different stages of her life while still living in this room, and that's why there's a lot of toys around that mixed in with perfumes and makeup and clothes, as if she went through being a kid into a teenager, probably a young adult afterwards. Your choice. I really love those lanterns, those paper lantern lamps. They only come in two colors except this one, but I really like them and they light up pretty well. I wanted to do something different with the curtains, and I was trying to make them overlap at first, and I wanted one of them to sort of cover the bed as if it was a canopy, but it didn't work so well, so in the end I deleted it. But I guess it's a good idea and I'll try it again in the future. Those curtains are actually custom content. Here I wasn't really sure if I was going to use any, but in the end we do delete them because I just stuck with game items, and here we are still struggling and then deleting them. As I said, there is a balcony door. You can always delete it if you don't want to put in a balcony, or you could just leave it and actually build a balcony. Here I found the perfect curtains that really didn't fit that well on that wall, but we do fix that in a moment. Also, I wanted to have a big dresser right next to the door and have the TV on it, and I do put it there, but at some point I move it to an accent table on the other side of the bed. I was wondering what I could put above the dresser. In the end, we put some clothes and some racks, because if you lived a long time in a room, things tend to pile up, whether it's toys or makeup or all sorts of stuff. It needs to be very cluttered and very filled in. At least my room is, and I've lived in my room for like 10 years now, 15 maybe. Yeah, 15. I really like that little backpack, and I love the colors on it. I was wondering if I should go with the brown one because it has sort of an owl on it and it's really cute, but in the end I think I kept it pink because I wanted the room to be very girly and have a lot of pink and blue colors. I wanted to keep 2 windows over the bed, but they didn't fit very well, so I just kept one. I also put in quite a few electronics in the room because I was building. The idea was to build for a teen girl, so there is a stereo, there's a computer and TV. Personally, as a young adult, but also as a teen, I used to spend quite a bit of time in my own bedroom, just listening to music, playing on the computer, or just literally, I could just live. If I had a fridge in a bathroom, I could live only in my room. I'm pretty sure most of us are like that. And here's where I put in that accent table, and I wanted to put that poof in. The other poof though, I changed the poofs. And I also put it in front of the vanity because I didn't like having two of the same chairs on two different sides of the room and two different areas. I don't know. I just wanted to be a bit diversity, so I put in that poof next to the vanity instead of the glass chair. I'm filling up the desk, and I went with these messier looking books, as if the girl was studying or reading a lot. Here we move the poof. And I wanted to put in some shoe racks under that stereo on the accent table. I wanted to put in two. Didn't fit quite well, both of them, so we ended up keeping just one. I also, after I moved the TV, I wanted to put in some chairs, some living chairs, which we are going to see in a moment. And figuring out if I wanted to use those candles. We do use those candles. And a sofa looked a bit out of place because it was just too big and taking up too much space. Also, is it me or is that chair just too ginormous? It just looks huge. It looks twice as big as the bed. Here above the bed, I actually struggled. I put in some more corkboards and some posters, and then I put those llama paintings, and I wanted to create sort of a pattern with paintings and the corkboards, but I think we kept it a bit more simple. Sometimes less is more. And filling up the room with a lot of stickers, we do delete that tree after a while. It just didn't really seem like a good idea. But yeah, there's a lot of posters around and a lot of color items, and yeah, there's the painting, and I think I kept those posters. Yeah, I kept those posters and put them on next to the vanity. One of them is actually of a pop star, I think. It seemed pretty cool to have like the girl stare the pop star and maybe try to mimic her makeup or something. That's why it's next to the vanity. Seemed like a good idea. I really like those neon lights. It seemed cool to have them above the dresser and behind the clothes. Seemed like a cute idea. And I also love that bear. That bear is awesome. And here we get rid of one of those shoe racks, and I think we put in books next to it. The messy books went next to the shoe rack, I believe. And here we move the TV, and I keep entering and I keep entering the move objects sheet just to make sure that everything works properly. And here's the big sofa that didn't fit, and trying those giant chairs. In the end, we stuck with those living chairs, and they again felt a bit too big for the room, so I ended up just making the room a bit bigger. And the size of the room really did change a lot throughout the build. I guess you need a bigger house in order to incorporate this room. I don't know, I guess, yeah, here we go. Making it bigger again. And yeah, it seemed like a good idea to have a TV and sort of have a friend over, maybe watch some shows, some Netflix, and putting that backpack in its place. And here is where I was trying to create a more interesting pattern with those paintings and the corkboards that just didn't feel very, I don't know, it felt a bit too much. It was sort of overwhelming the room and that small wall area. So I kept just one of those paintings, I believe. Maybe two, I'm not sure. I think we kept one and had two corkboards. We'll see in a bit. Putting in some more posters and some wall stickers. I really like those wall stickers. They made me feel like the girl was really taller, maybe a kid. So the parents put in those wall stickers to make it a bit more cutish as a whole. But in the end, she kept them because they're adorable and they're part of the room, and she grew up in this room. And here I decided to put in some more shelves. Actually, we did use those candles. Yeah, I really like those candles. And I wanted to go with pink, but the stickers weren't very contrasting to the pink, so we went with blue. And we did change the stickers to a light blue. And figure out which rug fit best. In the end, I used the floral one. There was a floral rug in there, and I use it in a lot of the builds. There's a lot of rugs here, but it's really hard, at least for me, it's really hard to find the perfect rug for a room. And they really do put in rugs and curtains always. They really make all the builds feel very lived in, very homely. So here we are putting in the shelves with some color items. There are some frames, some plants, and the toys afterwards. Changing some colors to make everything fit well. And yeah, adjusting them. I do think that we're about to go into the screenshots, pretty sure, as soon as we figure out what color items we want to put on the shelves. And yeah, instead of one of the posters, I put in a calendar with some photos because it seemed like something that a girl would have right next to her desk. Some pictures of her friends, maybe some bands that she likes, or some actors or actresses or famous people. And putting in some more books. And here we are at the screenshots. This is what the room looks like. A view of the bed, a view of the vanity with all those color items on the walls, and yeah, there's your racks with the books next to them, and the sofas with the candles. So again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.